Freaks ready. Oh, we're live.
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
We're live, just like that.
Yeah. No countdown tonight. No countdown. We haven't got anybody watching us yet, though, so we can't do our intro. We cannot do our intro.
It's a good thing we weren't shit talking.
I know. I know. I was just about to ask Wallie about something that. All right, so we got 4 people. I don't think we're gonna get much people now this week. Everybody's kind of burnt out from Silver State. I would be burnt out too if all those entries. And I don't know. I think we should just get right into this. What about you guys? So I think we should just drop this intro.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Run it.
How are you, man?
I wasn't talking about Teen Wolf, that's for sure.
Welcome to the Nnrc Hotline.
Hey, is this G.I. Joe Hotline?
Yeah, I better shower though before I get ringworm, man. I just got out of the gym.
This is a place where you, a racer, mechanic, rookie, or RC racing fan can call up and speak your mind. Express your thoughts, ask questions, or just get some shit off your chest.
I'm looking at the Cadillac of anal beads next to my truck, and I'm like, this just looks bad.
We may not agree with you,
You're doing the whole disclaimer thing wrong.
but we will listen.
Hey, Wally, that's one pretty sick hat you got. You gotta hook a brother up in Canada.
Join your host, Lefty the Great, and co-host, Wallie Builds. Hit us up on the Nnrc Hotline, 1-424-414-6672. And let's talk RC. Nitro is the glory. Buddy Buggy pays the bills. Woo!
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. This is the Nnrc Hotline. I'm your host, Keena White, aka Lefty the Great. My co-host Wally is with the other half of the new RC power couple, Caitlyn. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your last name, Caitlyn. We're gonna call you Killer Caitlyn for now. And we got my buddy from Quebec who's becoming a regular, and I'm really enjoying having him on her and talk with us. My buddy RC Kevin, what's up?
What's up? Thanks for having me, man.
Sweet. Hey, what's up, Dacry Man? Oh, Dacry Man, I like him. He went and gave us a super chat right away, man. $4.99. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's up, everybody out there? Nitro Freak, Eric Cesano, Salty Joe, Pete Martinez, Kevin Clark, Left Tire Salute. Shout out to my boy Corey. Rob Isaac. Hey, we are back. We're going to talk a little bit about Silver State. We're going to talk to Caitlyn about being a female in RC and my new favorite class in RC, which is Etruggy. And
Oh, boy.
yep, I'm all about Etruggy now. All about the Etruggy. So
And Etruggy
what's
is
up,
what?
Kevin Clark? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, Kyle Chasen? How you guys doing? Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys, the Nnrc squad. Without you guys, we can't do this. Greatly appreciate your support. Shout out to the patrons of the Nnrc. I greatly appreciate you guys' support. You're keeping these bills paid here and allowing us to do this and helping us go to the Nationals here next month, which I'm getting excited about. And of course, I have to shout out to these awesome companies that support the podcast. They are Mayako, which I'm hoping we see this car here soon. I haven't seen a full one yet, but hopefully we get it in our hands here soon. Mayako Beach RC, TNR Fuels, High Tech RCD, Techno RC. They actually bring you to the hotline part of this podcast. Lugs Racings, check them out because you can save 30% with their tires if you use our promo code in the written description. Sun City RC Raceway, they're having the RC Pro Series this week, so good luck to everybody going there. Of course, Wallie Builds is a sponsor because he comes on here and gives us his time. Thank you, Wallie. Even with his janky internet. JQ Racing.
Hey.
Yeah, your internet's in and out, man. Manscaped.com, they've released the Lawnmower 4.0. Wally, it's wireless charging. I used it myself. I went and just said, all right, I'm going to go and blind her. And I went on there and I didn't cut anything. And I was pretty aggressively manscaping myself. And it worked out fine.
little
That-
too
that
much
small
detail.
light. That small
I'm
light
just
is
telling
gonna
you
go.
guys,
That
like I wanted to really test it
much.
out. So I,
That small
you
light's
know,
gonna help you go through the jungle.
no, I was blind. You know, I got a big belly, so I'm like, I just blind on there. So if you guys are interested in getting into manscaping, check out the manscaped.com. Use the promo code save 20%. Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, big long time sponsor. House of RC, RCGP, JQ Threads, and of course Racecraft USA, the Flamingo crew. All right, so you guys are back from Kevin. You and I were watching Silver State from home.
Watching's a big word. I was trying
Yes.
to look as like Wally, janky internet.
It was bad. It was
Sometimes
bad. It was bad.
hesitating.
It was bad. I was wishing that I was there.
Oh yeah.
But I wasn't, and I was supposed to be there. And you two were actually there, and you guys were working, and you guys were busting your asses, and it looked like, I assume you was because you didn't race. Caitlin, you didn't race, and
No.
you guys were super busy, but you was actually there. So I have some questions for you guys, and well, just tell us about your Silver State real quick. How was it, Wally? I see your business is evolving now. I see now it's getting now where you are having multiple cars to look after at a race, which is great. I mean, yes, you can't race anymore, but I get it. You actually look like you really do need help there. Caitlin, you were super busy, 65 sets of tires. But I mean, what was you guys' opinion of this event just being there? I mean, I know you was busy, you didn't get to see much racing or socialize, but just tell us about it.
No, I think it was pretty good. We did get we didn't get to hang out with everybody. We got to watch some racing. I personally, a lot of people thought the track was too rough, but I mean, you got to know that going into equestrian center to go racing, because it's designed to be super soft for the horse's feet or hooves. And yeah, so the track's going to blow out and it's going to get rough, but I think it makes it for the better. It makes for better racing, because the people that can adjust their lines the best are going to be fastest. Mayfield proved that. He proved that the outside lines were not slower. If they were smoother, they were probably faster. So I thought that was pretty good. The event is always like just Joey and Aaron and the whole crew do a great job of putting on the show and everything. So I thought it went really well. I thought it was a really good event. I wish I could have raced. We were busy. We were extremely busy the entire week. I think we were doing like 15, 16-hour days each and every single day except for Sunday. Sunday we got shorter because it was buggy day, and it was some of our guys didn't make the main, so it ended up the day short, so made it a little bit easier, I guess. But yeah, I mean, as much as the wrenching was cool and everything, I wish I was racing. I felt like I was watching Brent drive my JQ cart around the track, and I was like, that thing's handling pretty well. I think I could have done pretty well with it at Silver State. It was just eating bumps, killing it. So yeah, I think next
that's the type of track that car does good on, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's its type of track. How many cars were you mechanicking on at one time?
So we had four drivers, and then
holy crap,
some were running it in the same in the same classes. So we actually worked on 2 E-Truggies that were race 1 and 2, 40 plus E-Truggy, and then Sportsman E-Truggy. He seated in the bottom heat, so it was race 1 and then race 2 with the same car. And then so Truggy E-Buggy
with
day
the same car. Wait, with the same car?
Yes,
they could do it. He was running 40 plus
running pro
E-Truggy, 40 and then Sportsman E-Truggy. So he was racing 1 and 2, and then he was running 40 plus Nitro Truggy and 40 plus E-Buggy. So it was his 4 cars, and then we had Justin's E-Buggy and Nitro Truggy, and then Ryan Reese's E-Buggy and Nitro Truggy all the same day. So it was 8 classes to sort out throughout the day. And honestly, like, I know that the new Hot Bodies Truggy is brand new, and setups aren't quite developed for that car yet, but it just made life hell.
Really?
Because every time we came off the track, they were like, this thing doesn't work really well. We got to figure something out. And then we're getting ideas from other Hot Bodies drivers, and pretty much just throwing a new setup on the car every time those things went out. And then Q3, like, I'm talking about seeding rounds all the way up to Q3. We finally stuck something that was good. And the guy that was helping me wrench, Matt Willoughby, we're like, dude, we're not going to stop. We're going to stop listening to everybody else, because every time we get someone else's information, it's like in a different direction, but also same in the wrong direction. Nothing seems to be working. So then Willoughby and I just kind of thought about it, like, okay, what would we do if we wanted these things out of the car? And we made some changes that were way different than what everybody else was running on the Hot Bodies car. And Justin seemed to like them a lot. And then Ryan Reese got stuck with Cole's setup. He said, it's good enough for me, I'll just run it. But Justin really liked it. I think we're going to develop on that setup, and I think we'll have something pretty good to share with everybody here soon.
Okay. So run me through what you're actually doing with these cars. Are you no? You're not stripping these cars completely down and rebuilding them, right? You're just bringing them in and checking them and whatnot.
Yeah. So when they come off the track, we don't tear them down or anything. We clean them completely, so they're fully cleaned and everything. All the bolts get checked to make sure nothing's coming loose. If they want changes done, we do all the changes for them. Mount tires. Pretty much just get the car ready to go. Like anything that you would do, like say you wanted to change something between Q1 and Q2, we would do it for them. And then the standard prep for the next qualifier, so nothing falls apart.
So basically, you prep the cars, you pit for them. They only have to pick up the remote, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much that's all. We don't pit for everybody. That's not really part of it, because pitting would definitely take a lot of time out of the wrenching side, and if we're doing multiple people, there just isn't enough time to wrench. So if you absolutely need it, we'll make it work, but we prefer to have somebody else pitting you. Like I did all of Brent's pitting for Beach RC, and then I also did the Nnrc Hotline from Brent Aston, the guy that runs SoCal Nitro Raceway. So I did help them. It made it harder, but it worked out.
That's sweet. Okay. Good job.
And it was just you. Can we say how much a service like that costs if people are interested in it, or you don't want to? It varies.
No, so what we did for this one was $125 per day, but we're kind of figuring that after with hotel fees and traveling fees that it really wasn't quite priced right. We're kind of undercut ourselves a little bit. So we will be moving it to be it's $100 per car per day. And if you do 3 classes, it's $75 per car.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to run with from now on.
It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work.
The work isn't too much. It was just hotels aren't cheap. I mean, you're there Tuesday to Sunday or Wednesday to Sunday, really. That's $500-$600 worth of hotel just to be there.
Yep.
So yeah, so we're gonna stick with that, and I think that'll be pretty decent. I mean, all you do is you run your race, drop your car off at our pit, come back and pick it up when you're ready to go out again. So
you can't complain about that. I don't know where Kevin went. I heard he is.
He's back. The Jake has been passed.
No, I'm having cat issues.
Hey, what's up, Spin Radical? Hey, Walker, you did. Spin Rad, you did pretty good in pro this week, man. I saw that.
Great run in Truggy.
Yeah, he did. So the HP truck was bad. Okay, so in your opinion, I wanted to know which cars looked the best out there. And I have to say the Techno. I mean, obviously they had the most cars in the mains. I mean, they were always going to have the most cars in the mains, but seemed to be doing pretty good out there in that rough stuff.
Yeah, I think Techno was pretty solid. I don't know if the Mugen is just that good or if Mayfield just makes it look that good. But Mayfield's car looked pretty solid.
I mean, we had Tebow winning this thing. Me, Kevin, Max, JQ, and Mayfield. I was like, is he gonna do? And he just done what he usually does. And I was just like, it took him a lot longer this time. I mean, he didn't run away with it at the halfway mark. It took till I think it was near the end, like last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes that he actually pulled away. So,
why do you think the Technos did so well? Max had a pretty interesting point. What about you?
I mean, I didn't get to see him too much. I was going more off of how many cars were going, and and the different drivers that were in the mains that you don't normally see. I think that kind of shows that the car is also doing a lot of the work. Not to take discredit any of the drivers or anything like that, but when you have a good car and a good driver, you're going to get most of your drivers up in that main.
Yeah.
So I think that's having a lot of cars in the main is going to show that the car is pretty good.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if it's the Mugen car that was really good or just Mayfield out of this world once again, because a couple of times in the e-buggy, you saw Mayfield and Tanner Danny one in front of each other, and you saw Mayfield was just going through the bumps, going outside, just rocking it, and Danny was going all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
well, Greg said too. I was talking to Greg afterwards, and he said I just copied Mayfield's line, like the wide line going out in the fluff, and this is where Mayfield and these guys cut their teeth on 8 scale too. Not necessarily rough tracks like this, but rough limit tracks. Silver State was always rough. This, believe it or not, this wasn't even as rough as I've seen it before. Yeah. So, but it's just new for people, and it comes down to like, which is that aggregate. It doesn't compact. It's very hard. It's like dust almost. And what I like this. We had this argument on Sunday. Max like, I don't like it. It's stupid. The track is this and it. But I said it makes for great racing because people make mistakes. And look, I mean, let's just look at the A main. I mean, Tyler Jones was second to last starting, and he led that race. You know, because that track allowed that to happen. Yes, I get it. I don't like seeing cars just stopping and disappearing and all that type of stuff. But I like to see people make mistakes and have to choose different lines. And you saw people try to get on the inside of Mayfield or on the middle where it was too rough. I liked it. I enjoyed it. What I could see, and I'm gonna keep saying
I like the rough track. I think it adds.
Yeah.
It gives it a more motocross style feel to it because it's just not one line. It's not everyone's like, all right, just dart to the inside, go to the inside. All these cars have so much power now that you can just run the inside lines. Like you don't need to use berms. You don't need to use the outsides. The fastest way around the track is the tightest way around the track. But when it gets rough and those corners get chewed out to where it does slow you down and you can just rail the outside, like I think that's cool. I think that makes good options. Like you can try and get a good run through the inside and cut the guy off on the outside, or the guy on the outside is going to motor right by you. I like the rough track. I like the different lines. I like that kind of change.
That's something I wanted to ask you because obviously more and more tracks are manicured or always in good, pristine conditions. It was something that was coming up in the comments a lot. People are seemingly trying to go back to old school tracks, or people were happy about the roost and the holes and all that stuff. What was the vibe at the track? Was it similar that once in a while it's pretty fun to do old school stuff like that, or everybody was completely fed up by the end of the weekend?
I feel like people either hate the bumps or they like the bumps. Obviously, it's harder. It's not easy. But when you do get through it and you do have a good race, like it's really rewarding. I think you've earned it that way because it just adds another element to the race. You're not dealing with just an engine and just electronics and the car staying together. Now you have a track that you have to navigate and find an actual good line, not just be a robot, hit the same line 20,000 times.
Yeah.
And then be good. I think that if you hit this same line 5 laps in a row, and then on the 6th lap it gets rough and it goes slower, and people start catching you. Okay, then all right, lap 7, I got to figure something else out. So I feel like I like that. I think
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I don't think the 8 scale track should be like mowing down tires like how a 10 scale car does. Like when they put the regular like a positron on an 8 scale car and then it comes back completely bald after a 45-minute run, I think it's just going back into too smooth racing. It's like it's not even an off-road car anymore. It's just like a touring car with jumps. So the rougher the track, the more I feel like the cars actually get used in the way that they're supposed to.
Cool. Oh, I would have loved to drive on this track. I probably would have sucked, but I loved it. And for me as a spectator, I enjoyed watching it. I'm gonna say it. It was like I remember one of the best parts of the race. I think was a battle between like Jones, Tebow, and who else and Rivkin. And then it's like we got the ring of death, and I was just like I meant to Kevin. I was like, ah, and then it was like 2-3 minutes, and you can see that the race was good because you can see the scoring, but you couldn't see the actual coverage. So to actually see it there and see the other side of the track where you can see it properly, I wish we could have seen that here. I'm all for this track being rough like this. I know not everybody's going to want this everywhere, but it's good to have this this type of track in so people can see something different, you know. Yeah. And I'm all for it. And it throws a monkey wrench in the wheel for a lot of different drivers. So good, I like it. I liked it.
I think it was it's pretty epic, and it's pretty specific to Silver State. So everybody was looking forward to that race. Everybody was probably pretty much done at the end of the race. But in the meantime, everybody seemed pretty happy. We got Lee Setzer, who did pretty good in the truck. He wants to know, are you two studs going to Nats?
This guy is.
Unless he gets sick again.
No, I'm not getting sick.
No, I'm probably going to sit Nats out. I got a lot of stuff coming up here soon. We're getting ready to take on, like, we're getting ready to have our own actual shop now. So that's going to be interesting. So
like an actual physical shop.
Yep, we're moving to a shop here in June. Is the plan?
Nice. Congratulations, dude. I'm glad things are picking up for you. Yes, the line of the week, "Stepped on My Dick" by Ryan Mayfield. I looked it up. Man, he must have been so upset. He must have been so upset about that. What's up, Nanoa? What's up, Callum? What's up, Roman? Ty, Lee? You know what? I think we're gonna pay some bills here real quick, and then we'll come back. We're gonna. No, I wanted to just finish up on Silver State real quick. The atmosphere, it looked like I had a couple of questions for you. Now I remember. Why was it no easy ups? I can't remember from 2019 when I went. Why didn't they allow easy ups in there?
Fire marshal said it was a fire hazard.
Okay.
Told you.
Okay. It's unfortunate because it would have been so nice to see the pits set up with all the tents and all that stuff in there. It would have looked so great.
They were even having, if you had a gallon of fuel, you had to keep it in a trailer or in a box or on a table or something.
Oh, really?
You had to keep your gallon. Yeah. So all the gallons of fuel you had to keep in the trailer.
Oh. I mean, is the trailer going to stop it from burning down the place? Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's definitely some rules to overcome with this race. Like we was worried about the sandbags. They did their job. And I generally, it looked like it was a much better race than it was when I attended in 2019. Obviously, I think this is more of a party too. So people come, this is vacation. So people come, and I could imagine that there were some people there that didn't even sleep.
Ryan Reese got he got his own award for.
I saw that, but how do you get? That's what how do you earn a reward like that? What do you do? Like nonstop drinking for 48 hours?
Well, when they were going to find him to give him his award, they're like, "Hey, do you know where Ryan Reese is at?" And everyone's like, "He's at the bar." And he's like, "Oh, perfect."
I didn't see him with a drink in his hand the whole weekend, but I saw him on camera or pictures or anything. Incredible. Too funny. For me, I felt that this is more. I said this earlier. I thought this track catered more to nitro. The nitro vehicles just looked a lot better. The buggies, I felt looked better. Obviously Truggies, they're a little bit bigger, but I just like when I was looking at the e-buggies, they look like pogo sticks, man. It didn't get me as e-buggy really gets me as excited as nitro anyway, but it just looked like maybe they were a little bit too heavy.
It wasn't the same track though. Like on the Sunday, the track looked much less bumpy, and
the track was redone every day in the morning.
Yeah,
it's just much better on Sunday. I think on Sunday they really redid a lot of it.
Yeah.
What time was you guys getting up mornings then? 6 in the morning, getting to the track?
We were down we were at the trailer by 7 a.m. every morning.
So there was no partying for you guys at night.
Oh, there was. I fit it in for one night.
That's what happens when you're 28. You could do that
29.
type of stuff. 29. You can do that type of stuff. All right. I think we're gonna pay some bills, and Caitlin, we're gonna come and talk to you. You are our first female guest, even though you've been on her before, but officially this is your first female guest. So you know what? I think we should support Beach RC. All of us on this podcast are part of Beach Nation, and they've been a long time supporter of the podcast, and they have this to say.
BeachRC.com, the Racers' one-stop online hobby shop. Choose from all the popular brands and variety in stock with super fast shipping and great customer service. BeachRC.com still has the local hobby shop feel with all the benefits of the internet. BeachRC.com is the exclusive distributor for Ultimate Racing, JQ Racing, Pro Circuit Racing Tires, Nitro Lux Fuels, and Assault RC Performance products. So fill up your cart and check out at BeachRC.com today.
Thank you to Beach RC. We greatly appreciate your support. If you guys want to show them some love, there's an affiliate link in the written description of this podcast. Hey, Brent's doing a lot of big things. I can't wait to see him at the Nationals. He's already told me how angry he was at me for not coming to Silver State, along with many other people, but I'm sure he had fun. Welcome, Caitlin, officially to the hotline. You've been on her before and in the backgrounds, but welcome. What's up?
What's up? How's it going?
I'm all right. How you doing, All right, so let's get it right off the bat. How many sets of tires did you glue?
In 2.5 days, I glued 69 sets of tires.
You had to stop at 69.
Yeah. I actually, I wasn't really keeping track. I was writing them down, but I had lost count after 50. So when I had finished, I went back and I started counting. And as I got to 65-ish, I was realizing it. And I was like, are you kidding me? Out of all numbers it could be, that's the one number it landed on. And so I come up to him, I go, guess how many tires I glued? He goes, I don't know, 100. And I go, no. What's your favorite number? And he's like, you did not. And I was like, yes, I did. It was his favorite part of the week. He was like, you glued 69 sets of tires.
Hey, you made it his week. That's perfect.
Yep. Awesome.
It's mostly Proline bags. I saw a couple of AKs. That was pretty much it. Or was it Proline working better there? Or
a lot of people had Proline because the Proline truck was there, and then AKA was there as well, but AKA just hands them to you just as the tire. There's no bags, no nothing. So a lot of the other tires that I did get came in their own packages, and then I got a couple sets of lugs tires, but they wanted to keep their bags. But that wasn't even all the bags that I had saved. I had thrown some away, so there was probably about twice as many there than what I was just holding.
Nice. Good job.
Well, so, all right. Are you using a rig?
Yes. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to glue that many tires without one.
Which rig are you using?
Still hurt. I was using the
Race Form
one, and then Brent actually had a prototype one that he's getting ready to release.
Oh.
So he let me try that out. And out of all the jigs that I've used, that one is by far the best one I've ever used. I'd never had a tire come unglued. I didn't have one lift or anything. They were just perfect from start to finish.
That was going to be my next question. What was your unglued ratio versus stay unglued ratio? Do you know?
68-1.
No way. So you are a legit professional tire gluer. There's no bullshit here.
Hey, Wallie Builds doesn't go for crappy employees.
How long does it take?
We got high standards here.
I know.
I didn't know how to go that way and not sound creepy. So,
and also, how long does it take you to glue up a set? Then,
no interruptions, nobody talking to me, start to finish. Yeah, start to finish, clean, mount, and glue. I can get a set of tires out in 30 minutes.
Okay. Well, you all know where you got to go to get your tires done and starting races. I was telling you before, I swore down it was the Brazilian skater chick. I was like, wow, that girl was at the race watching just like the famous skater chick. And then my buddy was like, that's Caitlin. But good job on starting the races. It's good to see females out there doing that as well. And I'm glad I got you and her because we got chatting. One topic you wanted to talk about was we are seeing more females in RC, And I want to know why is that? What has changed that's attracting more females to do this?
I'm not sure. I've been in it since I was a kid, and all the other women that I know who have done RC, they're my age or a little bit older, have done it as kids. Their dad or brother, whatever, brought them into it. But I think now seeing more girls going into it, it's because they don't see it as only men can do it. They know women can do it. They see Rhonda Drake doing it, so they're just like, if she can do it, I can do it. And I see all the wives going, I want to drive your car. And they drive their car, and they end up getting their own. And then there's 4 more females in the industry, which is cool. Because it's fun going to big races like that and not being 1 out of 3 girls that are there.
Now, I've always wanted to see an all-female class. Are you for that? Or do you want to I want to race 50 males and that's it?
No, I'm all for it. I've done one a long time ago, and it was probably the best race ever because we all have our backs, but we also don't want to lose to one another. But we're not like all the men who get all pissy when someone takes each other out and then they start yelling. We just keep driving.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? I heard you on the driver's stand.
I heard you on the driver's stand.
Yeah, and what do? I clean them right back out. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
See, hey, so you've been doing this for how long? How did you get started in this? That's what I meant to ask. How did you start racing RC cars?
I got one for Christmas when I was a kid. My dad got me one. He's always been into any sort of motor sport. And then we got tired of driving it in like parking lots. So he found a track that no longer exists. But he took me to that track, and the owners there were watching me, and they were just like, she's actually kind of good at this for not ever doing it. You should get her a real car, because he just got me like a ready to run, has the antenna. If you go too far, you're done. So I ended up getting what did I get? I think I started with a Durango short course, and that was it. And it was just racing all the time.
We have a lot of questions for you here in the comments. We're going to ask her. Another one. Are we as RC males intimidating to you females when you come to an RC track?
Absolutely not. Our main goal when we go there is to beat all of you. That is.
I mean, like for when new girls are coming to the track, do you feel extra intimidated? Because it ain't many girls here, and sometimes it can be the only 1 girl or 2 girls there at most. Female, sorry.
I think if a new female comes into the industry, they do kind of get intimidated just because they don't see many of us. So when they do see us, they don't really think that we're as approachable. But in reality, when we do see someone new, we want to talk to them. We want to help them. We want them to do good.
I think it's always a bit weird to have a new person come into the hobby. It doesn't matter like what class or whatever. I do think that the nerdy weirdos that we are gonna probably approach girls in a different and
we're scared of them. Well,
very awkward way. But I feel like new female drivers probably have a better chance of being integrated than a new guy that you're just going to show how your car is expensive and that you have ceramic this and titanium that, and girls will probably think that we're dumbasses. So that's probably why. That's okay. I got pink screws now.
So what are you running now mostly? 10 scale and some 8 scale e-buggy, correct?
Yes. Right now it's mainly on the 10 scale program. I do have a JQ car. I just haven't had the time to finish it. And then now the Mayako cars are coming out. So
yeah, I know how that goes. Finishing a JQ car. It can test your patience. Adrenaline. Yeah. Cool, man. I really and I want to see more females in RC. I watched Rhonda Drake this week. I was like, I don't even think JQ could beat her right now. She was flying that fast in her when she won her buggy class. I really want to see her and Jessica Paulson go at it. Because I want to see who the top girls. Keep saying girls, females are. I'm sorry, not girls, you're women. Who do you think? I think one of these guys asked how you think you'll do against Jessica Paulson. I think Jessica Paulson will beat Rhonda Drake. I don't know how good you are, Caitlin. I've never seen you drive.
I'm about mid pack of sportsmen. So I'm nowhere near Rhonda Drake. I wish I could be there, but I need a few more decades.
She's been doing it for a while too. So yeah. I actually think that's the race I want to see is Jessica and Rhonda one day. But man, Rhonda's just getting faster as she gets. Yeah, she's not slowing down anytime soon.
I think that was the one race I watched, and it was impressive.
Yeah, I know it was very impressive.
That was a good race.
Yes. Yeah. The wing wants to know, what is your gluing trick?
Patience. If you glue them too fast, you're gonna mess up. And if you put too much glue, you're gonna mess up. So you just be quiet. So you just really have to take your time.
That's that one of 69.
Yeah, but you just really have to take your time, because it's like if you rush anything, it's never gonna come out 100%.
There you go.
I feel like there's a couple "that's what she said" joke, but I'll just hold on.
Yeah.
Sweet. How do we get more females involved in this industry? I know I think it takes a special female to hang around us nerds in the field anyway, but are we like, well, nerds are kind of cool now, I think too. I think somewhat how the world is switched around where nerds are cool, but how can we get more females getting to these tracks and taking racing seriously?
I mean, the way I've seen it happen is that you kind of just give them your remote and tell them go drive it. Even if they say no, just tell them try it. Like, just try it. You're here all the time anyways. What's the difference of you trying it once and hating it and going back to your chair and sitting there, or trying it, actually liking it, and now you're racing with all of us? Because I see them watch all the time, and I can see it in their face that they want to try it, but they don't want to look dumb not doing good, but they also like don't want to break someone's stuff. And I'll gladly give them my stuff, like, or I'll say, go rent a car. They have cars that you can rent. Go rent one. What's the worst that can happen? You don't like it? Or you could really like it, and there's something new for you.
Yeah, it sounds like my wife. She'll watch, but she won't try it. I would love to see. I see a lot of like significant others for getting into the pit side and whatnot like that. But I would love to see more husband wife. I mean, like another really good husband wife team is on the East Coast is Dave and Katie Carmendi. She has a podcast called Race Like a Girl, and they race very hard, like 2 to 3 times a month over there in the Southeast. And she's pretty good too. She beats him sometimes too, I believe. And we just need to see more of that. I think here we go. The couple that races together stays together. There we go. Well, I'm definitely in trouble. But I guess I just want to see enough females get into this, like, 'cause I just think it would be so cool to have like a female world champ, even though this isn't, people will argue and say that it shouldn't be because it's nothing physical that separates this from male and female from doing this or anything like that. I just still think it's cool because we don't have very many females. I'd love to see a female championship or Raw Nationals or something, but we need to get more females racing. And wrenching too, because do you wrench, or does Wallie wrench on your stuff?
He wrenches on it for me, but most of this, like, if I know how to do it, I'll do it myself. If I kind of have questions on it, I'll still attempt to do it, and then if I get stuck, I just ask him how to. I'll just ask him if I'm doing it correctly. But if I don't know how to do it, then I don't do it at all. Wiring things, I don't even touch. Soldering irons, absolutely not. That is all him. I'll do everything else, but a soldering iron will never be in my hand.
Just like
to be honest.
And I burned my forehead the other day. We all know how well that's going to work.
Technically, you didn't burn your forehead, though.
To be honest, I don't think it's a skills issue.
My friend burnt my forehead.
If a soldering iron?
No.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I've seen that many times. My girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, yeah, she used to burn herself all the time. What was you saying, Kevin?
Wallie has a special skill with soldering iron, so that's probably why. It's nothing against you, Caitlin. I think he has something special.
I mean, I could give it my all, but it won't come out as good as his do. So
probably better than half of the guys' jobs, anyways.
So, Caitlin, they say behind every great man is a even greater woman. How do you feel about with Wallie? You know, you guys, the new power couple, I call you. You guys are working together. Teamwork is dream work. How are you liking all this stuff?
I mean, it's great. I started off with just helping him out, answering some emails, and now we're here, and now his business is growing. I've gotten more into racing than I've ever been, and we're just always happy. We're happy to be at the track, happy not to be at the track. So anytime we go, it's always do the best we can, be the best we can, and that's all we can do.
Yeah, I agree. I like that attitude. You guys are going to be successful. You guys are going to be successful. I can see it. Kevin, do you have any, let's see if anybody have any questions for Caitlin while we have on her. We are going to open up the hotline after we talk about the rise of ETRUGGY. Well, Caitlin, did you have anything that you wanted to talk about, or a topic that you wanted to bring up maybe to address the males in RC at the moment?
Not that I can think of. That they just got to watch out because we're all coming. There may not
There
be
you
very
go.
many of us, but we're coming.
There you go. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Do you
Thank
have
Caitlin.
a different eye on our drama or whatever happens in
Oh, yeah.
racing? Yeah.
One more time.
Okay, I'll try and throw the French out of my language. Do you have like is there a different point of view that you have on our RC drama or what's going on in the races, or you feel that our opinions are mostly this? Do you share the same opinions most of the time?
Basically, do you think we're just dramatic nerds, or
of course,
you know, and blowing things out of proportion, which I'm doing, like talking about RC for 5 hours to somebody, or do you get it?
No, I get it. I get it for sure. Sometimes I do stand like waiting in line to go race or something, and I'm hearing them talking down behind me, and I almost just want to turn to them and be like, for real? Like, are you really crying about that right now? But then I've heard myself have a bad race, come off the track and go throw that thing in the trash, and then 5 minutes later I'm like, this thing is awesome. So it's like, I get it. I do think men complain about things that women don't complain about when it comes to RC sometimes, but no, I get it. I definitely do.
Good.
I've lost a Caitlin before. I'm comfortable with it. Ha! See? It's great.
He said, I've lost a Caitlin before. I'm comfortable with it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. You know what? I think it's time that we go on and talk about anything else you wanted to say, Kevin, or anything before we go on any further?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. All right. The rise of ETRUGGY. This class is growing immensely. We cannot deny it anymore. I don't know. No. It had more entries at PNB. It's bigger in the Southeast, but I was happy to see 65, I think it was 70, maybe 70 entries at Silver State. I didn't like that he split it up, right? It should have just been one class, but he did also run pro and intermediate because there weren't enough pro guys. Is this the next big thing, guys, or what? I truly think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it kind of being something. Because I think what it's gonna do is it's gonna attract the people that want to run 8 scale, but they don't want to run nitro. So it gives them 2 classes to run, and then they can have a full weekend and make their trip worth it instead of showing up for e-buggy and yeah, I mean, especially with the way DNC and Silver State goes, if you run an e-buggy or a nitro buggy and you don't run a truggy, if you run one or the other, you could run one day. Like you run 2 days out of this whole entire week that you're there, or 3 days, I guess. You get your practice day, you get your qualifying day, and your main day. And if you're just running e-buggy, well, I guess that wouldn't even help that because the way they have it set up right now, it's e-buggy and e-truggy on the same day. But I don't know. But I do want to add that now that e-truggy is growing, they need to split it up to buggy day and truggy day. Because Thursday qualifying day was, I think the last qualifier went off at like 12:45.
Yeah.
That night. So I think they need to for next year. Now, if E-Truck is here to stay,
Mm-hmm.
it needs to be a buggy day and a truck day, because there was like a 16-hour day and then a 9-hour day.
Mm.
They could have put E-Truggies with the nitro buggies though, because most of the guys either have nitro truck, nitro buggy, or e-buggy, nitro buggy. So the e-truck, you could put it on it's the extra class. So I think it'd be easier for them to try and do everything. I don't see a lot of guys having a nitro buggy and an e-truggy. It'd be weird.
Yeah, I think if you did that, or if you just did like nitro buggy and e-buggy on one day and then e-truggy and nitro truggy on the other day, I think either way that would really split it up.
Could be.
It's just. I mean, either way, unless e-truggy grows to be really big, nitro buggy classes are going to be heavy, e-buggy classes are going to be heavy, and nitro truggy are going to be heavy. So no matter which way you split it up, it's 3 heavy classes to 1 lighter class. So it's going to be a little longer one day than is the other, no matter what.
Do you think we're going to see the pros actually get this? I think in less than 5 years' time, we're going to have a legitimate pro class. There's going to be another class for these pros to run. I guarantee you.
It could.
I think so. I'm not. Look, I just see the potential for it. It looks like fun. I want one.
It all depends on the market, how the market goes. Because all these guys, the drivers are paid to promote the cars. So if there's a big surge in selling e-truggies, then they're going to want to promote their e-truggies, and that's what's going to build the class. If it doesn't, it'll just stay the same. It'll be more of a sportsman intermediate class type of thing.
Yeah, but I'm watching it, man. It's growing substantially every year, and I think
it's a lot of work to run the 3 main classes right now. To add a 4th one for really no reason, I can't see those guys doing that, unless they actually just love it and they want to run it on their own.
Okay, I know Lutz used to run it for a long time. Ran it all the time for Techno. I think that's kind of where it started too. Techno bought out their truck, and that's kind of what triggered all the other. I mean, all the other companies kind of had e-truggies, but now Techno kind of made them put some work into it. And I see all these companies are gone. I mean, even like JQ said on the podcast this past week, he says, "Well, if I'm gonna make a nitro truggy, e-truggy is inevitable." I said, "Yeah, and e-truggy is gonna sell more. Watch." So I just think that this class is here to stay, and I think we might get a separation here where like Kevin's saying, there might just be electric guys that go to races, and that's all they do because now e-truck is viable, and then we have just nitro guys that go. So maybe it might be a good thing. Of course, you still have people that do all 4 too, or dabble in both.
But that's something I argue to a lot to the new drivers or people that are trying to find a second class, and I'd love to hear your opinion on that, Wally. Most people that run here.
Sorry, we dropped a bit.
Hello.
Janky internet.
Yeah, that's his internet now. Because we're good. We're good.
We're talking. We're having a good time here.
Yeah, let's keep it going. And Keenan's trying to. All right, so
I'm back. We're back.
Yeah, we never left.
You're back.
So most of the guys that drive e-truggy here are already having e-buggy, and the truck is their second class. And I've been saying to a lot of guys that running an e-truggy is almost as expensive as running a nitro buggy, because you have to think about the tires are more expensive, the different set of parts that you need to have with you, the driving is very different, and those big motors go through everything in gearboxes a lot quicker than e-buggies. So that's what do you think about that? And don't cry, please.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The nitro truggy is expensive because of the tires alone. But yeah, the heavier car, bigger tires, bigger power. Yeah, I'd say it's just as expensive. It's more expensive to run that than an e-buggy for sure.
Yeah, cool. I think he's trying to set up the hotline, so we'll keep the show going. We got you. Don't forget to unmute your mic. Oh, he already left. That's it.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's gonna be back. So Yeah, it was. It's interesting to see.
She's sitting. She's on a stool.
We're good.
Oh, okay. I thought too, but I didn't want to call you out. But yeah, I thought you were.
Come on, guys. I'm not that bad.
Well, sit next to her, put her in the backbench area.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
100%.
what's the comment you guys were talking about?
Oh, one was just let your girl sit down. We got Jared Wiggins runs in Etruggy more than most pros.
Yeah, the pros at the pros at Silver State were mostly all techno guys too.
I think everyone was. I think it was actually all three were techno except for Walker, who was running hot bodies.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, you know what? I know you guys love Etruggy. I can hear it in your voice. I'm right. Wallie, you're gonna be running Etruggy. Kevin, you're gonna have.
I'm growing a mullet just talking about it.
Hey, business in the front, party in the back.
And I want one with the new techno body. That's right, Devin Paid, Black Dolphin. I want the new techno body. It has grown onto me where I really like it. I know what I want to paint it with like eyes on those windows. It has eyes. It looks like one of those cars from a truck from Cars. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
No more Etruggy talk because we got to get into some phone calls. You might have some phone calls. I don't know. If not, we'll call it early night. We'll take some viewer questions. But you know, the Nnrc hotline is brought to us by Techno RC.
Techno RC. Techno RC. Techno RC is a premium manufacturer specializing in 8th and 10th scale high-performance off-road RC buggies and trucks. Visit www.technorc.com for a complete catalog of their products. Techno RC. Excellence in engineering. Hashtag Techno Takeover.
And it almost was a techno takeover at Silver State this past weekend. They got the double, they didn't get the triple. So congratulations to them. Guys, the hotline is open. You can call us at 424-414-6672. We're looking for phone calls. Till then, we will take questions here in the chat. Devin Paid, did Barry Baker drop the ball or what over the weekend? What's TLR's issues, do you guys think? Well, I can answer that. They were testing a new car or a prototype car.
Really?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I found that out. We talked about it. Joseph found out too. So I don't know, but Cav had a disappointing. I think he finished 12th or 10th. He would have wanted to do better than that, but TLR was kind of suffered at Silver State this year.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of what happens when you release a new car with little time on it. Like rarely does it ever go really well the first race.
One of these
and of
big
races,
races,
the hardest
like,
race. It's one of the hardest races to do that at as well.
At least they didn't launch it at Worlds.
I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with them. I hope they get it figured out. Cav's figuring it out. Fan, man, oh my gosh. He's got to be... I think he needs to regroup and figure out what's going on, man, because that was I'm probably sure a B-man, like, and he was fast, but just, I don't know, man. It was such a weird race. Weird race.
Do you think that Dakota was running the new car and Cav was running the old one? They're both in
the new car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine them both or them being on different cars. I don't know. I mean, Barry. I talked to Barry a little bit, like midweek, and he's like, dude, I am so tired of wrenching right now. I'm like, you're tired of wrenching? I'm working on all kinds of cars, and then it's like, oh, I don't.
You didn't have no TLRs to work on, did you, Wallie?
No.
Okay.
I did. I had the e-buggy, the Nnrc Hotline, and then the e-truggy.
He fended the whole team. Yes, sir, Trevor.
Yeah, the TLR team was definitely off, and this is the most off they've been out of these last 2 races. They were pretty decent at DNC. They were good at PMB, and then like wow, just this rough track threw him for a loop, man. Seriously. And the funny thing is that 2 years ago, Fenn was super fast at this race.
They'll figure it out.
Were they hiding the car a lot?
It's just a matter of when, not if.
Was it hidden a lot, or did you get to see some stuff that you can talk about?
I didn't get to see anything, honestly. I barely even saw Dakota on the track.
Oh, I'm hearing narrow hinge.
Like, I would basically watch. What's that?
I'm hearing narrow rear toe, like a narrow rear D plate, like kind of like the Techno, which a lot of companies are going towards.
And AE went to wide. That's weird.
Yeah. So
no,
I'm sure they're trying a lot of things. All right, we do have a phone call.
Wide, they went narrow.
Oh, they did. I thought it was the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
We're gonna take this phone call and see who it is.
To do that, and they finally did it before I left.
All right, we got a phone call here. Let's see who it is. Hello, you're live. Welcome to the Nnrc Hotline.
Hey, Keenan, how's it going?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Pretty good. You?
I'm all right. How you doing up there in Ontario?
Lockdown.
Oh, it's all right. Not the greatest, but we got to deal with what we got, right?
Is it that bad, Kevin? It's bad up there. It's locked on.
I can't cross the border.
I know, that's so crazy.
Yeah, I can't go to another state. I can't go to the U.S. Can't go to another province. And my business, I'm a sales rep in life, so I need to travel to other provinces, which I cannot right now.
Canada's kind of messed up. So what's going on, Colton? You have a question for we guys? Want to chat RC? Want to get something off your chest?
Just can't wait for racing to start. I mean, that's I think what everybody's waiting for, right?
Yeah.
So
what's
you guys can't get together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or what's that?
June 2nd. I'm pretty sure our lockdown's lifted. So.
Well, it'd be perfect for summertime. Just
light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, it's June. Oh, it's May 20th. I didn't realize how late it was. It's the 20th. So, what are you going to be racing when you open back up? Is it going to be 8 scale only, or are you going to be doing some 10 scale, or are you going to go inside and do some carpet racing?
8 scale only.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah, all 2.5 months of summer. I love it. All 2.5 months of good weather in Canada. Did you have a question for Wallie or myself or even Kevin?
No one has a question for me.
No, not really. Just we got to keep the quote going from Greg. Don't waste money on OS engine.
Oh my gosh, the best interviews ever.
Hey, him flipping receipts at Tyler Hooks was amazing.
The receipt part was funny. He told me because we were all getting ready to go watch the intermediate main, and he was basically pitting right outside the trailer, and he's like, "Yep, got my receipts ready to go. If in case I podium, I'm showing those receipts." Like $22 here, $22 there.
I'd like to thank JQ Racing for the 95% deal.
No, he said Beach RC.
Beach RC for the 95% deal.
Greg doesn't even know how to hashtag anything, and he says hashtag OS waste of cash. He's so savage. Savage.
That's because he doesn't know how to use it. You're not supposed to say it. You're supposed to write it or type it.
Hey, at least he doesn't say pound.
Yeah, pound key. Colton,
pound key.
You brought up some. I forgot all about Greg's interview. I can't believe. Thank you for reminding me.
Amazing. What's your first race, Colton?
Huh?
What's his first race? What's your first race, Colton?
The J Concept Canadian Championships at Bago.
Nice.
Kevin's favorite track. There you go. Hopefully you guys get to race there in Quebec.
Yeah, we should.
Colton, we got a few more people on the line, man. Thank you for calling. I hope you guys get your lockdown lifted and you could go burn some nitro and get over there and hang out with Kevin at Bago.
For sure.
Can you drink some beers? Are you old enough?
What's the age? Like
Of course, I'm always old enough. What
What's
are
the
you
age?
talking
Like
about?
14 in Canada or something like that?
18. 18 is
Oh, it's
the
10 in
legal
Canada.
limit. Yeah. Hey, if you can walk, you can drink.
Okay. All right, Colton. Have a good one, man. Thanks for all the support. I appreciate it.
All right, you guys too. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Cheers, buddy.
See you, buddy.
Have a
It
good
was
night.
actually crazy. Oh, you too.
All right. Thank you, Colton.
Midday
couple-
Thursday in Vegas, Nevada lifted the whole like mask ban. Like it looked like it was actually pretty funny because they made an announcement over the like Jimmy and Joey made one, and they're like, "Yep, masks are no longer needed if you don't want to wear it." And it was like high school graduation as masks went flying in the air.
Oh wow, crazy. All right, let's take a few more calls here, guys. We got about 3 more calls. You know, we got Ricardo, but we're gonna have to wait for him. I think this is Big Ty. What's up, Big Ty? How you doing? Hello?
Bootleg
All right.
wireless again.
I'm gonna return him to the queue, and we'll take the next call. Hold on. What's up, Toby? How you doing? Are you there? Did I drop my call? Oh, I made a mistake. Hold on for a second.
Hit the wrong button.
No, I dropped.
First
something.
time?
Yeah, it dropped. It dropped.
That's not so bad for your second time, Keenan.
Hello, Toby. Can you hear me? Oh no, something's up here. All right. Let's take some questions in the chat real quick while I set this back up, guys. It looks like something happened here.
We're losing Keenan
Done
again.
broke it.
I didn't break it.
You fended it.
Oh, you.
I'll be back, guys. Take over, Kevin, for me, please. Let's take some.
Okay.
Let's take some viewer questions.
Looks like Devin Paid said new car. Didn't the Elite just come out? I want to say it came out last year. So I mean, all these companies are always working on updates, so it's probably going to be maybe a year and a half old, and the next car is going to come out, I'd say.
And I really do think that TLR has a better way of wording their updates compared to AE. AE, they do 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and everybody goes goes crazy because, oh, my car is not good anymore. But TLR really changes the wording, or it's an updated kit without really being an updated kit. So no one thinks that their kit is not good anymore. So they've been doing this really, really good.
Yeah, I think they have a good way of doing things. And their stuff's super clean. Like I built a couple of the cars now, and all the cars go together really well. And
yeah.
And like I said, like anyone that's kind of saying that TLR had a really terrible showing, I mean, it's going to happen. They chose their. I mean, that's a hard decision to make. Do we debut a car at a big race like that or not? Like, I'm sure they had some time with it, but they're not going to be able to work all the bugs out and race at race pace because there hasn't been. I don't think there's been any races that car's gone to yet. So yeah, I'd say they get it figured out for nationals and they're ready to go.
And it's hero or zero. So 2 years ago when they debuted the XE and the X at DNC, I think it was dialed and everybody was going nuts. Everybody wanted a TLR. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Yeah, that car's already 2 years old. Of course, it's due for an update.
Yeah. And it's funny that we're picking on Fenn, but he looks like such a good dude too. No one really wants him to choke. It shit happens, but he seems like really good dude.
I don't think we're too overwhelmed. I think Thursday might have been the hardest day by far, just because it was so long and we were all exhausted. Basically, it felt like the race should have been over after round 2, and we had a whole nother 5-6 hour round to go, 7 hour round. So that would probably be the most. That was probably the worst part of the whole day. Like the event was just how long Thursday was. Other than that, I mean, I think we all handled it pretty good. Still got some time in to gamble and have a couple drinks and hang out with everybody. So it wasn't overly overwhelming.
How was gambling? That's my favorite activity.
I lost.
What do you
I
play?
lost, and then I lost again.
And then we got to watch Dagani win a lot of money
And then Dagani won like $1,200-$1,300 next to me.
just by staring at the ball. Just staring at it.
But yeah, I play roulette. I play roulette all the time.
He didn't tell me he won money.
Well, he won some of his money back. Is basically how it went.
Dagani likes to gamble too.
Oh, I know. I watched him play roulette. He was playing next to me, and every time the guy put the ball in there and let it go, he like gave it the death stare the whole time. He followed the ball all the way around, like. And it worked. Hey, it worked. He hit his number 5.
That's a good question.
Yeah, Cavalier is very specific on what he likes. So he'll tell you if something sucks. And but the thing is with Cav, when he says something sucks, he has a way. He usually has an option or an idea to make it better. It's not just it sucks, figure it out. It sucks, but I think we can go this route, and I think it'd be better. So I think I don't know Fenn too much. I don't know exactly what he does. I mean, I'm sure he's got a lot of input at TLR. He's been there for so long, but I think Cavalier will definitely increase how much he's done for sure.
Was Cav happy with the car at Silver State?
I can't really tell. I didn't really talk to him too much while I was there. I saw him, I think, once when everyone was kind of out and having a good time and gambling a little bit, and he was a little not sober.
I think we have the hotline back up.
He seemed really happy then.
Who is that, Cav?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got to hear about JQ and him, and they magically discovered they went on vacation to Hawaii at the same time. Like they didn't know they were going on vacation and end up being in Hawaii with like their significant others at the same time. Hey, Big Ty, do you hear me? Man,
yes, sir. I can hear you. What's going on?
Man, what's up? I thought I messed it right up. How you doing, man? You recovered from Silver State?
Doing good. Man, I'm still trying to recover, and I went back to work yesterday. So yeah. Yeah. But I wouldn't give it up for the world. It was enjoyable hanging out with my RC family, my close friends. We had some friends that came from out of state, and we just had a blast. Definitely, but definitely want to give up props out to Wallie and Caitlyn. They put in some work. I saw next thing you see, Caitlyn's back there gluing up tires, and you see Wallie walking around with the cart, and he's inside the thing, making sure the cars are right. So I definitely give props to them.
Thanks, Doc.
Good stuff. How'd you like Silver State, man?
I enjoyed it. I mean, where can you get up? Just come downstairs and go race.
Convenient.
The track had its, the track had its character, whatever else like that. But I had fun. I mean, my truck was fast for once. It felt good. I wasn't into a lower main. I actually got into the C main and 40 plus with some fast guys, so I was happy.
Nice. When did you get out there? Did you get out there Wednesday, or did you go early like everybody else? Or like with everybody on Tuesday?
Don't talk about Tuesday. I got there Tuesday, but I didn't get there until actually early Wednesday morning, about 1 o'clock, because it was about a 8.5 hour drive from California there, because there was a fire and a car accident on the 15th. So
really?
It was hell.
Like a fire on the highway, or a fire like a forest fire?
It was a forest fire. It was right on the side of the road. Because Caitlyn and I had just passed it before it got into a big fire. It was like just starting. Like one truck was on the scene, or was getting to the scene when we were passing it.
Okay. All right.
How did those start? It just
made traffic terrible.
Oh, I bet. We don't know how those start, really. They just kind of do it.
Yeah.
Usually a cigarette out the window, or something happens, yeah.
It's that dangerous? Wow.
Yeah, man, it's dry.
I mean,
it's dry in California, man.
Max is up at like 6
one
in the
thing
morning.
And one thing about that, the 15 is the only way you can get to Vegas unless you go all the way around, which would put on another 3.5 hours.
No way, yeah. But traffic.
That sucked.
Traffic sucks already in California. Big Ty, anything stand out from Silver State? Any special mentions? Anything that really impressed you? You want to tell us about?
I mean, I was impressed by, how everybody handled themselves on the stand. It seemed like everybody had fun. It wasn't many arguments or, backbiting or fighting. Everybody just seemed like they had fun racing. You see people, even though the track had a lot of character, but you saw people coming off after their main juice like, man, I ran this track. I had fun. They're ready to race again and do, it was a good vibe from it. So, but definitely seeing, a lot more ladies out there racing. That was definitely good. I was going to say also with ladies out there that are getting fast, Jared Wiggins' girl is getting fast herself at intermediate. She was in the B main, so that was decent in itself. Seeing Rhonda win the 40-plus Truggy, definitely she was rolling out there. But just seeing some good racing, people having fun and hanging out. And, hey, you have a bar there, you're driving. Hey, it was the best thing.
Yeah, man. It definitely looked like fun. I know it was fun because I went. I had fun on my finals day. Well, I'm glad you went, Big Ty, man. And the boys all went. I saw it. Man, that place was packed to 800 and something entries. 340 something people, I believe. So
yeah, 340, 350,
344, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Big Ty, I'm glad you had fun,
also,
man. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say one thing that was also beautiful about it. It was 100-something outside, but you were wearing a jacket inside.
Oh,
yeah.
How was the smoke and dust? Because when I went in 2019, it was super, super bad.
It was pretty rough.
It was rough. It seemed like it was more rough on the practice day on Wednesday, and then on Thursday during Truggy day. Buggy day, it seemed like it was a lot lighter. It was weird.
Interesting.
And it was all day of nitro buggy, and it was
I feel like by buggy day we were used to it.
But on
That's how our lungs were filled.
Truggy day, during the Truggy time, it was like during nitro Truggy, it was terrible. We got a break during electric buggy, but it took a while to air out. And once it got Truggies again, then it just it felt like it just you started getting choked out, especially wearing masks. So that was kind of bad. But then everybody cheered when they said, "Oh, no more masks."
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. That was my big fear going to this race was the dust. I don't mind the fumes. It's the dust that gets me. All right. Well, Big Ty, I'm sorry I didn't get to see you this time, my brother. But next trip. Hopefully, sometime I'll get to California this year and hang out with you guys. Thank you for all the support, man. Thank you for calling, and I'm glad you had a good time, man.
Always. Definitely. You guys have a good night. You still owe me a beer.
No worries.
Thanks for calling, man.
All right. Thank you. Big Ty, Mugen Mafia. Toby Hansen. I want to talk to Toby. He's at the Nats warm-up over there in LCRC. What's up, Toby? You there?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
Sorry about that for keeping you waiting. I had to go there and reboot. How is LCRC looking, man?
Yeah, pretty good. We had a full day of practice today. Track opened about 10:30 this morning. Closed about 8:30. It's like 9:20 here now, so we're just having a few beers.
Are you set all up?
It's a fun. Huh?
Are you got your equipment set all up for 46 RC? Because you're going to be streaming this, right?
Yeah. We're gonna probably do some broadcasting tomorrow. Some of the Friday practice. A few of the pros went today. Most of the techno teams here. Bornhorst, Tebow, Jones, and Seth. They're all here. Dakota apparently is on his way. Lutz is here. I don't really know. Chicorello is always here practicing. So yeah, I don't know. Friday traditionally I think it's going to be a busier day. Thursdays they kind of changed their format for this year, so it's been Thursday, Friday's practice. So to give people more flexibility.
I'm glad to see the big names are going. I think this is going to be an interesting race then.
Who's there?
He just
yeah, definitely.
Outside of who he said, Mayfield, Rivkin, Cav, not there.
None of them guys so far.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
I don't think they're gonna go right after Silver State
Yeah,
either.
I know. Mayfield posted this week that he was like next race is national, so I guess he's not coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know from AE who's coming.
Techno want that national championship, dude. That's what they want.
Yeah, they're pretty hardcore. They got everybody here early, and they've just been running buggy today. I did a little live stream of Tebow out there for one of his late practices today. He looked real comfortable after like 2 tanks.
Nice.
Us players have been out there all day, like burning a whole gallon to try and do like a,
And he just comes out there and just
a decent lap, and he just comes out there and just slammed it down. Like, damn. So, it's pretty cool.
He wants to win,
fun
man.
And
He wants to
Oh
win.
yeah, hey, if he's after that Truggy win, he's probably riding that that wave of positivity and all that. So.
Are they gonna redo the track for the nationals like completely?
I would assume so. I haven't managed to grab Kevin to ask him, but definitely find that out. They probably will. The right side of the track is kind of open to a little bit of interpretation. I know you've seen the pretty terrible track walk video I did earlier today, but it's kind of like an optional section on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the camera wasn't too good, but the right side is kind of like an optional feature, but I don't know how it's really going to play out.
Okay.
When I was practicing today, I just went pretty much every single lap. I was on the outside, and everyone I watched was doing the same thing. There's kind of like an inner outer lane, but it's
What's the tire of choice for LCRC? What do you guys like up there?
When I ran Pro Line, it was kind of whole shots and slide locks.
Okay.
Now I'm with the Hot Race crew. It's V2 Bangkoks, and actually I was running Amazonias today, soft in both of those. So
Sweet.
It's an interesting surface. It's not super abrasive. It's kind of old school a little bit. It's dusty, but with some humidity or moisture from the watering, it can change quite a lot throughout the day.
Okay.
So
it should be good. I'm really looking forward to getting up there.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to getting up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Last year,
it's an amazing facility.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, last year JC guys were on Reflex at the start, and they ended up on rehabs on a smaller pin, which is similar to what these guys are going to be running too.
Nice.
Yep.
Are you guys doing camper life there, or are you got a hotel?
I'm camping it out. I'm hanging out in my buddy Matt Navoso's luxury palace on wheels.
There you go.
So it's pretty sweet. But yeah, they've expanded their camp a lot here now. With they've got a whole bunch of power in now. So there's now 2 kind of like huge areas where you can pull up a camper and get power and everything. So it's
nice.
It's going to be a pretty big campus for sure this weekend.
Sweet. All right. So Toby, everybody can tune into your live stream at 46RC on Facebook, correct?
Yeah. So what I'll probably do is tomorrow I'll do some practice in the afternoon. So there'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and live RC. And then probably around 5.
Uh-oh. Did he cut off? Oh, there you are.
There it is.
Hello? Hello? You there, Toby? I heard him.
I think his mic. His mic completely fell off.
All right, I think we're gonna have to drop that. You there, Toby?
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay,
there you go.
Yeah, my Bluetooth speaker just picked up, and the guys were yelling at me.
Oh, okay.
So your Facebook page link is going to be in the comments. People can go on your Facebook link and follow you tomorrow.
If you go to 46rc.net/live, we'll have all the links. There'll be about 3 links there. So streaming in the afternoon on the off-road track, and then over to the oval track for the evening's festivities.
Oh, they're having an oval race too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of the thing is Friday night oval race, which the Nitro 8 scale late models are kind of like the main feature. A lot of fun.
Nice. I can't wait to.
Joe Bullhorns has built a car, so could be a couple of tech guns out there, and then obviously for the nationals, there should be a big oval race, on the Friday night of nationals.
Really? I've never seen these cars go around the oval. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, so much fun. Much fun. Drake's been coming. We do one on Mugen Challenge, and Drake always comes, and we have a good time. So
sweet.
Definitely should be good.
All right, Toby. Well, man, thank you for calling. We appreciate you doing the stream as well. I'll be tuned in, and I can't wait to hang out with you guys and see you guys next month, man.
Absolutely. Yep. It's gonna be good.
All right, dude. Well, have a good day. Have a good evening, and have a good day. And tell the angry elf I said what's up.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Oh man, Techno is serious. They are serious about this. I like it. One more question and then we're gonna go because I knew this was gonna come up. Not that it matters to me, but I heard there was an ex world champion or something racing in the intermediate class during Silver State. How do you feel about this or your opinions about that area? That's from Isaiah Keene. What's up, Isaiah? That was Greg Degani, and that's why he pulled out his receipts of his 95% Beach RC account. Greg is my friend. People can say I'm biased and whatnot, but hey, he's like in the last or second to last main of pro. He didn't win intermediate. That guys beat him. I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't matter. It's Greg. He says I use intermediate to get to. I use intermediate for to get practice for 40 plus. That's what he cares about.
Max,
so
it says it right there.
Yeah,
it's Degani. It don't matter.
it don't matter. But people have to understand that Greg actually barely races. He just does these big races. He's not a guy that practices and stuff like that. He was the first ever
on that one. He kicks my ass every time I go to the islands.
Greg. People don't understand that Greg's still good, but I mean, we're talking about he was the first.
Well, he races the Channel Islands every time he can because he's close to there.
Track. Yeah.
But
he was a world champion in 2002. It's 2021. We're talking almost what?
20 years ago.
Yeah.
19 years ago.
Hey, Keenan, I'll be a dickhead. So
sure.
You were sort of pushing that it wasn't fair that Adam was able to drive 40 plus and pro at DNC because there's limited practice time and stuff like that.
Right.
So Greg won 40 plus and finished second in intermediate.
Third.
Oops. So what's your thought on that? Is it not fair for him?
It's not. It's not fair for the intermediate guys too, or the sportsman guys. It isn't. And here's my thoughts on it. And I said it on the podcast this week on episode 125. Joey is got $10,000 on the line next year, right? For the U.S. Pro Cup. Well, I think that's kind of where you kind of have a gray area with that. I think that's why he changed the rule. I mean, let's be honest. Like, having extra time on the track help. Look at Tyler Jones. He was fast. He won his B main. He was leading the A main. Stuff like that. It definitely helps. I mean, Greg, he did well in 40 plus. He used these. But I guess for me, I know it should be across the board, shouldn't it? It should be across the board. But it just isn't going to be like that because these guys, the people that are running two classes normally, like 40 plus and buggy class, they're the people that are out there paying the bills as well. It's a little bit different. So it's just, should it be across the board? Yes, but then it'll affect the bottom line of the races, and it will also affect these guys like who run 40 plus and buggy, who like, oh, it's just kind of it was built on an unfair thing from the get-go, so it's kind of morphed into something that's just there. But for me,
the 40 plus class
is so big.
It's thousands of dollars for these race promoters.
Yes, and
so it's hard to find a line.
Yeah. I just with the pro guys, I just feel like, you know, like even at DNC, like I still think that the money and contingency. Well, no, with actual money on the line, there can't be any discrepancies. So it just kind of had to be done. And Drake's fast, like he's doing this and he can do good. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And if they make it across the board, then fine with that too. But I don't see that happening
because they're ready to throw that much money.
Yeah, exactly. So I know that's probably not the what everybody wants to hear, but that's the truth. Sometimes you want things should be fair, but sometimes they ain't. That's just how life goes sometimes, unfortunately. All right, I think we've been doing this for an hour and 25 minutes. We've had a steady bunch of people on. We greatly appreciate everybody that tuned in and hung out with us. We like talking to you guys. Thank you, Caitlyn, for coming on. And I know you're always nearby. Thank you and keep up the awesome work. Teamwork is dream work. Thank you, Wallie. Thank you, RC Kevin. I'm enjoying having you on here, man. Yes. Oh, don't forget, you have a promo code for everybody else.
Oh, we gotta do the shameless plug. Yes. So if you're looking at custom charge leads or just really good quality leads, Donathan RC Products, look them up on Facebook or Google. If you write them up Facebook, RC Kevin promo code gives you 15% off.
There you go.
$50 or more.
Show Donathan some love.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out with some content in the next couple of weeks. He has those custom aluminum screws, pink screws. It's gonna look pretty sweet.
Ty wants to know where the shop's gonna be, Wallie. Yeah, Wallie, you're expanding, getting an actual shop now.
Yeah, I'm. The idea is to kind of be working with Danny S of Exact RC. Okay. He's opening a new shop, and then we're gonna be kind of next door to him, working with him. So
nice.
It'll be in like Paramount here. So it's maybe 20 minutes from Huntington Beach or so.
So it's like 0.5 miles away from Huntington Beach?
0.3.
Okay. Because that's how long it takes to drive 200 meters. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. I'm happy for you guys to see that.
You've been hustling, man. It's you've been growing a niche product to a full brand, race support, coaching. Well, Caitlin's involved now. You guys have been hustling, and it's cool to see you guys growing it to full-time job.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Congrats, man.
Thank
Congratulations. Show Wallie some love, people. Show him some love. Show him some love. We need to keep Wallie. We need to keep Wallie going because he's good for RC. All right, everybody. I think that's it. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Thank you to the Nnrc squad. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the super chats that people gave to us. If you wish to be a patron, you know where to go. It's in the written link of this podcast. Thank you to all of our sponsors: Mayako, Beach RC, TNR Fuels, High Tech RCD, Techno RC, Lugs Racing, Sun City RC, Wallie Builds, JQ Racing, Manscaped, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, House of RC and RCGP, and Racecraft USA. We have affiliate links. We have promo codes. It's all in the written description. Please show the sponsor some love. Shows the podcast some love. Go to that YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Also subscribe to RC Kevin's YouTube. Wallie, you got to get your YouTube going. That's another thing. It's not enough of you to get all this stuff going.
I'm working on it.
A lot of time.
I got all the stuff now.
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. Yeah. Hit that sub button for Wallie's channel, my channel. Thank you guys. Remember, Nitro is the glory. E-Buggy pays the bills. If you ain't grinding, you're sliding. Lefty, RC Kevin, Caitliyn, and Wallie out.
See you guys.
Thank you for listening to the No Name RC podcast. We greatly appreciate all the support and love from you, the listeners. Without all of you, none of this is possible. Special thanks to our patrons on Patreon. If you wish to support the podcast further, you can at patreon.com/NNRC podcast. As a patron, you will receive early releases, special content, and patron-only giveaways. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, www.nnrcpodcast.com. Remember, Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. If you aren't having fun, it doesn't make sense. And if you ain't grinding, you're sliding. Lefty out. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory.
That wasn't so bad.